Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Round 10 in the bag. What a round of footy. What a round of footy. That felt like we just got back-to-back magic rounds. Honestly, wow. Wow. Ryan Papenhuyzen, take a bow. Ryan Papenhuyzen, take a bow. We did it, boys. We did it. We're ranked in the top 500, 447. The Soy Boys are fuming on the SuperCoach Central page. They absolutely hate to see it. Shout out to the Soy Boys. Let's get into it, guys. Wowza. What an absolute round. So to kick it off, guys, let's go into it. We'll go over each game day match. We'll start from the most earliest in our memory and we'll finish strong. You know how we go. We're just going to do a quick fire. We'll go over each top scorer and players that I'm keeping an eye on. So, like, obviously, Fonua Blake with an 88. Just quickly, the Sharks, real good performance. Isn't it amazing what happens when the best player in your team actually takes the team by the balls? Isn't it crazy, like, what happens when Nicho Hynes is the man and not Trindle? So we've now seen it recently where it's Nicho Hynes' side. So it's crazy, isn't it? So like Fonua Blake, 88. Iro, 84. Iro is a genuine target. If you haven't got Iro in your side, you need to make sure that you're getting him in your side over the next 2 weeks. Fonua Blake is also one to definitely keep notes on, especially for the major buy rounds. He did score a try though, so just keep that in mind. But he will be very, very handy. Nico with a 76. Mulatalo, 74 with a try, I believe. Billy Burns will continue to make cash for everyone who got him. McManus with a 57. Actually a little bit down on what people expect from McManus, but... Well, not expect, but... People expect McManus to just be like, you know, like 60-ish, 65-ish, but... Yeah... Actually, no, I take that back. 57 is probably around what we expect. The rest are irrelevant. On the Seagulls side, Olakau'atu with a 55. Very hot and cold, Olakau'atu. Very hot and cold. When he's on, and you're absolutely loving it. But when he's just like, meh. Yeah, he seems to be playing a bit injured as well. Like, I swear each round, the last like 3 weeks, there's been something wrong with him. I think he's playing broken. I think that arm, what type of injury that is, I'm not 100% sure, but it's definitely playing a big part. Garrick with a 50. Turbo with a 43. He's going to be very cheap soon, but Turbo is on my... blacklist. I will not be touching Turbo this season. He's playing broken. You can see it. Like, he's either playing broken or he is being so careful because he doesn't want to injure himself before Origin. But that's not promising. Like, are we expecting him to play Origin and then injure himself in the game? I don't even know where you fit Turbo in this game. Like, you're going to have Critter, you're going to have Latrell in the centres. He's not going to play fullback. It's going to be either Dylan Edwards or Tedesco. But I mean, you're not going to play Turbo at 14. So I don't know. I think Turbo misses out on Origin. I really, really do. I can't see where you put him in. Moving on, Storm absolutely embarrassed the Tigers. Like, it was like 50-0 at half time, man. Like, what? It wasn't 50. What was it? It was like 40-0 at half time. God. Talk about being brought back to earth. The Tigers win 2 in a row and then they go to Melbourne and get fisted. Absolutely fit. Did you see Bellamy? Bellamy was mad. They were 40-0 up and there was a drop ball and Bellamy was pissed. Can you imagine? Imagine being a player on that side. You're looking up to your boss. You're like, here you go, man. We're ahead like 40-0 and he's like, fuck you, motherfuckers. I don't know. That's probably why they're so successful as a club. Moving on. Sorry. Not much to really go over with the Storm. Like, we know that Pappy went mental. Munster had an absolute blinder. Hughes, blinder as well, 105. Katoa with a 70. Terrell May, 72 points in a side that got beat 64-0. Think about how much time they spent under the posts, and then think about how much work May would have had to do in the time available on the field to get 72 points. The rest of the guys absolutely suck ass. Cowboys and Panthers, 30 all. Wow, what a game. Both sides just... They had so many choices. They had so many opportunities on both sides. It was a hell of a game to watch, but it was frustrating from a mutual standpoint. So many missed opportunities to ice the game at the end. Oh my God. But Drinkwater, 117. Purdue punished people who sold him, which most did. I'm pretty sure like a large percent of people sold Purdue. Definitely, man, don't sell Purdue. If I was someone who held Purdue, like, they're going to be playing like a lot of footy over the Origin period, a lot of home games. He's a playable option every week, honestly. If Drinky's in form, Purdue's going to be getting some attacking stats every game. So, Derby, geez, he had an absolute shocker. Didn't he have like 7? He had like 7 errors. And then he made up with it for a try at the end there. 7 errors, man. Hope you like doing some sprints, son, because that's what you're going to be doing. Dearden with a 57. Yeah, no one really to talk about. Blaze Talagi's really firming as an option. If you have some jewels that you're planning on moving around, I really don't mind the Blaze trade in next week, because obviously the Panthers have the bye. Really don't mind it. I can get around it. I'll be looking at him potentially next week, but we'll go over my trade thoughts at the end of the pod. Garner is another one, man. Jesus, look at this. So like Garner's like 300k. If he keeps that spot, he could be a genuine proper cash cow. Very much keep an eye on Garner. The rest of the boys, not too much to speak on. The Dragons and the Warriors. What do I even need to say about this, man? You know, like, as a Dragons fan, sometimes I think to myself, if I can see what is wrong with the side and what they do during the game, how did they not see it? I'll give you an example, friends. If you're going for a field goal, you need to try and straighten up to get relatively in line with the goals, right? If you're running with the ball and you run to the left of the sticks on the third tackle, and then again you run to the left of the sticks again, so you're like even further away, to then pass back to your left-footed kicker, who then needs to adjust to snap kick it back to try and attempt to put it over for a field goal. Is that not stupid? Or am I... If you're going to be handing the ball back to a left-footed kicker, wouldn't you rather be more middle of the ground to the right? Oh, man, I don't know. I don't want to harp on about it, but fucking hell. There's so many games this season where the Dragons could have just won by icing the games. Warriors game, they stuffed up the Eels game. There's 4 points. Let's just take those 2 games as a Dragon supporter. Let's just take those 2 games, right? The game against the Warriors, there's 2 points. The game against the Eels, there's 4. So if they're on 4 points, let's just have a quick little squiz, right, at the NRL ladder. That's 4 points. So 4 points. That would put the Dragons on 12 points. That is equal points with the Sharks in 5th spot. Anyway, Aaron Clark is affirming to be a very, 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 very good target. Congratulations to the people out there that have had him since Moses was playing footy for Jerusalem right at the start. Mitch Barnett, 83. Egan, 57. There's not really much to talk about too much there. Dylan Egan, man, it sucks that I sold him. But at the same time, it hasn't hurt me because it funded everything else that I needed to get done. You can't have everyone. Raiders and Dogs, what an absolute fucking choke. Seriously, man. Imagine Ricky. 20-0 at halftime, you're cruising. Was it 20-0 at halftime? It was something similar to that. My God. And then you just bottle it. Stephen Crichton is in peak form coming into Origin. If I was a Queenslander, I'd be shitting gear, eh? Karaz with a late try, which was good. He was actually looking like a bit of a low score there. So Karaz always does this. This is why I have him. He always seems to find something. Tamalo with a 35. Starling with a 76. Man, he should have had that try. He should have tonned up. I understand the whole, there was a body part on him and they called held or whatever, but the referee on field didn't see it and called play on. At the end of the day, let's just try and pull it back to what the ref was right there. He was right there. He literally was he could have hooked up with Starling if he wanted to. That's how close he was. Anyway, guys, that's another one that's up for debate. Rabbitohs and Broncos. Broncos shit the bed again. Payne Huss with an 89. Rabbits are finally starting to come into a little bit of confidence. Latrell is just, man, what he did in that game. One, I think it is poor sportsmanship, but two, it's ice cold. And really, at the end of the day, these guys need to win footy games. He did what he needed to do. I just can't really get around the way that he did it. But you got to play the whistle. You got to play the whistle, guys. And if you don't play the whistle, look what happens. Latrell bends you over in front of everyone. So just be mindful, guys, for you guys out there that are playing footy, play the whistle. Colin Matungi, 72 in the middle. Very, very, very good signs for Colin Matungi if you want to grab him as a pod. I don't think he's going to be a pod for too much longer, though. Ewan Aiken, 66. He's an option for draft. I don't mind him in Classic, but yeah. Hubner, 50. He's just going to be a real slow burn for owners. If you've got Lockie Hubner and you kept him, keep an eye on his price. The absolute second that he gets anywhere near 500k, see you later, mate. Thanks for your time. Kudos. Yep. Moving on. There was no one else to really talk about in the Broncos. Oh, just quickly, Pierre Cora could be firming as a little bit of a cheap option in the 2RF if you got the balls. I certainly do not have the balls. I've been burnt many, many times by Pierre Cora. And to be quite honest with you, the Burns unit are sick and tired of me being there from Burns from Pierre Cora. So we're not going to be doing that again. Jesse Arthur's with a 30. Yeah, not much going on here, guys. Knights against the Titans. Knights with an absolute old-fashioned bed shitting. Bed shitting. Honestly, at what point... Oh, man. Ponga doesn't want to be there anymore. He's packing his bags. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He's tired. He doesn't... Man, I don't know. There's a lot going on in Newcastle at the moment. Cogger is so bad, man. I'm so glad I'm not a Knights fan because I'd be pulling my hair out, eh? How do you lose to the Titans at home in Newcastle 20-0 up? Fuck, man. Lucas with a 90. Sharp with an 89. They're just attacking stats weapons. Greg with a 60, he's going to be going. He's going to be exiting a lot of people's sides now because he's out for 4 weeks. The rest of the boys are irrelevant. Ponga is now irrelevant. If you've still got Ponga, look, man, you're just going to have to fucking, I don't know. You're just going to have to make your bed. Because where are you going? Where are you going? Ponga's like 530k. You're not going up to Teddy. You're not going up to... If you've got 400k, right? If you've got 350k or whatever it is that you need, are you really going to spend all of that money on going Ponga up to Drinky or Teddy or whatever? Or are you going to spend that 350k to try and just strengthen up the rest of your side and just cop Ponga on the chin and hopefully he comes back? I know what I'd be doing. I certainly would not be using my whole bank to go Ponga up to an informed fullback at the moment. I'd just be looking to... I'd just be looking to strengthen elsewhere. Titans, Firma with a 59. He's going to continue making cash. He's up to 700k. What an absolute wild ride that's been. I've had Firma since he was like in round 2 or round 3 when he was like 660k. All the way down to like 490, then all the way back up to 700k. Jaden Campbell, congratulated owners. Well, not congratulated, but like gave him a bit of a tap on the arse and said, thanks for holding me with an 86. Tino with a 98. He just bangs him out, doesn't he? Brimson with 102. Yeah, there's not much going on there. And finally, Eels and Dolphins, which was an absolute shit show of a game. Both bottom 4 sides, and you can very much tell in the quality of the game. Yongi with an 83. The Fox 82. He's coming into good form. Riley Smith 60. So let the good times roll with Riley. He's going to make some cash. Outside of that, the rest of the guys in the Eels are absolutely not worthy of speaking upon. Herbie with an 84. He's going to be in my side very, very, very soon. Righto. Let's just have a little quick look-see at my side and see how we went. Yeah, we're looking good, guys. We're looking good. Things are good. The team value is just over a tick over 16 million. Where are we? Yep, 16 mil. There's no fires to put out. The only fire would be Greg. We've got Toya and Billy coming off the bye there. Tamale there. Finau might actually get a start this week. So that's going to be interesting to see how the Dragons name. Because I'm pretty sure... Let me just double check something. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. I'm pretty sure... Someone got injured for the Dragons on the wing. Who was it? Maybe I'm imagining things. Maybe I'm just wishful thinking. I swear someone got injured for the Dragons on the wing on the weekend. But anyway, back to the side. Things are looking good. So obviously we're going to be aiming for some round 12 trades this week. So we're going to quickly go over. Obviously most traded out in my side. Everyone's getting off Greg, which is fine. People are getting off Cleary, which I can understand, kinda. Like, if you're getting off Cleary... I mean, look, at the end of the day, Cleary's not hurting anyone not owning him. So I can understand it. You're just going to want to get him back. That's all I'm saying. Horsburgh, I can understand. Tamale, I don't understand. Why would you be trading out a winger at home in Canberra when they're about to take on the Titans? After a loss to the Dogs, after like Ricky would be fisting them this week, and you want to trade out Tamale? Anyway, most traded in, King Tonga. Oh man, I can't help but think this is going to be such a big trap for people. As a Dragons fan, I feel like Ilias is just, he's like, yes, he's shit, but I think he's just been made a little bit of a scapegoat, and I think Flanagan's just put a rocket up him. And I can see a world where tomorrow King Toggy is not named. Don't shoot me if he is. I just see a world where he's not. Anyway. Zach Hosking, I can get around. People who, like myself, I'm thinking about going Greg to Hosking via Firma's duel. And then I'm also thinking about getting Herbie in. So my actual 2 trades, funnily enough, are the most traded in this week, which is going to make things very, very simple for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Horsburgh to Hosking. So we're going to go Horsburgh to Hosking. And then we're going to go Big Greg. It's either going to... Oh, man. Like, I'm so torn. Because I wanted to get Garrick in. And I still do. And it's a good matchup against the Cows because they leak so many points. But I also want Herbie. But Garrick is like 80k cheaper. Like 60k cheaper. It's either I get one this week or one next week. It doesn't really matter too much. I've just got to try and figure out what's going to be the best matchup this week. And obviously, Garrick is so highly owned, and I think if Manly can like put on some points this week against the Cows, I don't want to miss out on like a Garrick ton when he's like 30 or 40% owned, especially up top. But Herbie against the Warriors is a really good matchup as well. Like, Herbie loves playing the Warriors. He's tonned up the last 2 times that he's played. Look, round 24 last year, round 23 last year, 133. And then last year again in round 12, 121. So both games last year, he went mental. So, yeah. Don't know, man. Don't know. There's some decisions to be made this week. Let's just chuck in... oh, fuck. We'll just chuck in Herbie for now. Because ideally I want to get Garrick in next week. So we'll have a look at our side. So Olakau'atu, Hosking reserves. Hines comes in for Cleary on the start. JC... Drinky. What's going on here? JC, Drinky, Olakau'atu. Righto. Now, that looks good. At the end of the day, that looks good. Those 2 trades look good. Look, I'll put it this way, guys. I'll put it this way. It's either going to be Herbie or Garrick. Iro is one to definitely target. I just don't know if I like his matchup this week. The Sharks have the Storm. Yeah, don't know. Iro's a target, guys. All right, so that's how I'm going to be looking this week. I'm going to be my first initial knee-jerk reaction to captains and all the other jazz. Like, it's Monday. Do you know what I mean? Like, the next 3 days is a long fucking time in rugby league. I could change my mind like 10 times, and yeah. So, Drinkwater's the captain at the moment. I have absolutely no idea how I'm going to put the VC on, but yeah. Anyway, that's me, guys. Things are cooking. Things are cooking. So let me know in the comments how you went this week, and let me know your trade thoughts, and pump your questions in the comments, and I'll reply to every single one of them. Cheers, guys. See you all next week.